Hi, guys. Hi, all you spiritually curious, wonderful folks. Let's talk about the magic. Let's talk about ways to get the magic back. Also, I haven't mentioned yet, I am an author and a musician. And if you like some of the stuff I'm talking about, I think you might like my books, Dream Divers, and the sequel, Dawn. I'm working on the third book of the trilogy called Divinity, Heaven on Earth. And they are fiction, action, metaphysical, like at the point of quantum physics. Check them out. They're on Amazon, self-published. Also, if you Google my name, Leigh Stimolo, you'll find ways to get to my content, including my songs. And I'm also about to go back into the recording studio. I just promised you we would talk about the magic, and it made me think about my book, because one of the chapters in my book is called Be the Magic, right? So a lot of my channeling sessions that I started doing originally, I did them for myself, and I got a lot of information. One thing that I'm starting to realize is I feel like some of my books I may have been channeling, and the message that I've been getting that are also in the books is to be the proof, to see the proof, and to seed the proof, which just means to, live it, right? So that I know it and understand it, and then go out and share it, right? So be it, see it, and then seed it. That's the sharing. And, the magic is kind of that feeling of like when you were a kid, at least for me, I felt like I really didn't take too much effort to get everything to work out the way that I wanted. And when I say that, it's like if I entered into a contest to be on Disney on Ice, like because, as a special promo, I'd fill out the thing and put it in and be all excited about it and then not even think about it again. And then, a couple of weeks later, a month later, we get the tickets in the mail saying like, hey, you've been selected to get on the ice with Disney. And my sister and I would then, go to the show with my mom and then go down on the ice. And it was all of this magical experience of life. And I feel like as soon as I got to my adult life, where I feel like I went through a lot of stuff, that needed to get worked through, and kind of open me back up from all of the walls that I put up, which is really what I've been working on with all of the self-help. I mean, I've been in self-help and spirituality and, light work and training myself how to remote view, and then training myself how to lucid dream. And now I'm looking at astral travel. And, those are all the topics. I'm a writer. That I write about in my books. It's like my permission slip, right? Is to write some fiction books where I'm the main character, but I still can say, hey, it's fiction, even if it's not all fiction. And so I guess the thing is like I'm starting to meet other people who feel the same way. Like, hey, I used to feel like I was magical too, and life was magical. And who doesn't want to have synchronicities every day? Who doesn't want to feel like, oh my God, I was just thinking about that and then this happened? Like, it makes life feel magical and fun and exciting. And like, instead of living in this place of feeling like, oh, everything is what I don't want, and you're just talking about what you don't want and complaining. And I mean, yes, bad shit happens. So true. I am not just saying that's not true, but it's how you move on from that really can change your life. It really can. And it takes a while to realize, like, sometimes it's really hard to get around the bad thing that happened. But I was reading Brian Ridgway's book. It's a digital book. And just something about it resonated. Now, at the same time, I was taking a quest with Regan Hillier. I had done the spiritual activator at least once, and maybe Mandy Moore, his wife, energy work with her. I was doing this EE system, which is supposed to create a space that doesn't have EMP waves and has scalar energy, and it's like holistic and healing. Anyway, I'm doing all these positive things, but like until you really understand that this dichotomy, this is the Brian Ridgway part, this idea of like, this is bad and this is good, and I want to be good, so I can only do these things that other people have defined as being good. Well, like he says, and I love what he says because I always think about it and I have to quote you, Brian, is where'd you get that shit from? From some other fucking fucked up person who had bad fucking beliefs and then they passed it on to you. Where'd you get that shit? There's something about that. I like, where'd you get that shit from? I like, how is this showing up for me? How is this for me? I like, there's another woman that my friend likes. I'm forgetting her name. She's a self-help lady. I'm sure you self-help people might know who she is. She came up with something was let them. I love that, right? Your kids don't want to eat the dinner you just made. They want to go do something. You're getting yourself all worked up about it. And like, instead of getting all worked up, just, what do you give a shit? Let them. Let them. They want to go eat some crap at Chipotle instead of your beautiful fucking roast. Let them. Because life's too short. And we want to keep the magic going. And like attracts like. It's physics. And we really do need to change the way we see ourselves in the world. And then we're going to see the magic. And then there's going to be more and more and more and more and more magic. And isn't that how we want to live? Divinity. Heaven on earth, not the other way around. Talk about what you want, why you want it. Let's all have magic in our lives. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me again. Again, let me know if there's anything you want to talk about. I am happy to talk about it.